Alrighty, y'all. I gone. We're looking at Reddit again. Interesting maps, memes, and posts from, Australia. Let's see what Australia has brewed up for December. Here we go. Right away, I open Reddit Australia to start out with. This is what we see. Scrub python that found its way into my house last year. Holy crap. What the hell? Look at the size of this guy. Oh my God. Yeah, that is no regular snake, right? That is really big. Maybe not for Australia, but I mean, the snakes I've seen in my life out in the desert and here in, the Midwest, yeah, they were nothing like this. This is like insane. It is a python after all. And I know this gets mentioned a million times, but yeah, the wildlife in Australia, geez Louise. Can you imagine walking out into your kitchen? I mean, this looks like it's definitely in the kitchen. And seeing this, how do you react to that? That's actually scary as hell. This is going to scare the living shit out of you. But you don't want to be too scared because you're going to scare it, right? That's just not what we want to see in your house. Someone said, that's awesome. I love snakes, but even I would have had a heart attack after finding this big boy in my house. And the OP says, even worse was that I found him at around 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning after drinking. It took me a few moments to process what was happening. Oh, wild night, eh? I've definitely brought worse things home on a night out. Yeah, geez. Just hand the keys over and find somewhere else to live. Yeah, I mean, if he's chilling there, and he shows no sign of moving, then yeah, I think that's it. I think you can kiss that chapter of your life, that house. Goodbye. Nah, for real, that is absolutely just wild. I mean, he is sitting over by, the NutriBullet, the toaster, it looks like. Hey, maybe he's going to whip up a smoothie for you, man. Maybe he's waiting. He's on call. He's like, what do you want for breakfast? Maybe he'll give you some Vegemite on toast, Oh, and hey, I want to interrupt Reddit real quick. I just noticed, I look at my phone sometimes, right? I have different weather cities from around the world, and I have Sydney on here, so not all of Australia, but just Sydney. I noticed you guys are in like some sort of a heat wave. If you look at this is in Fahrenheit right now when I'm recording this. It's going to be a high of 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Sydney today, and as well as a couple more days in the next few, it looks like. Holy crap, Sydney is on a heat wave right now. Wow. Anyone want to weigh in on what's going on with the heat, huh? That's just wild because it is all over the place. It's like kind of mildly cold some days here in Illinois, and then some days it's frigid cold. We've had a couple frigid cold, otherwise it hasn't been too bad, but definitely not anything like that. That is just crazy to think about. You know what? I'd rather take that, though. I still like the heat more than the cold. Now, this one is irony at its finest. First of all, make sure and stay safe if you're in, I think it's like northeastern Australia, like Queensland. This report looks like it's from Cairns. I heard that there is a cyclone, right, about to hit or is hitting as we speak. I'm not sure. Just please stay safe. That's crazy. But we have a very soaked reporter, soaking wet, but his name is Joel Dry. So, Joel Dry didn't get the memo. The newsroom should give Joel a dynamic surname that changes with the weather that he's reporting on. Joel Hot, Joel Cold, Joel Wet, Joel Snow. Almost as good as the time they had Amy Parks reporting from Amy Park. Dude, the chances of that stuff happening is just so funny. Okay, so here we have someone prompted an AI image generator to give them the most Australian guy possible. So this is like a slideshow. Let's see what we got. Imagine you're Australian guy. More Australian. Even more. This is not close. Keep going. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy smokes. Oh, geez. Next level Australian. Take it further. Final form. Oh my God. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Look at that. I mean, look at the evolution here of Australia mate getting more and more Aussie till the final form. Not bad. You know what? The AI didn't do bad there. This guy looks like he's sober and steals all of his own teeth. No way he's Aussie. This one is a good point. It's kind of funny, right? Someone says, always thought it's odd how rural Australian culture is seen as more authentically Aussie than anything else, seeing as almost all of us live in cities. That's kind of a true fact, right? I feel like a lot of cultures are like that, where it's kind of misses the mark almost. Most cultures is like that. Most iconic dishes are what poor used to eat because they had to be creative with whatever local ingredients were available. Yep, visit a big city in most developed countries and they'll be very similar to each other. The rural areas are where the real differences lie. You know what? I never thought about that. That is really true, though. I'm going to have to agree with that. Where is his jacked up 98 Nissan Patrol that belches black smoke? Yeah, he is missing. He should have a 4x4 or like a, like a sport ute or something, like a Holden Maloo, or he should have a Ford Falcon. Yeah, that's the only thing missing. I mean, they kind of got the Wild Kingdom covered there. And the Vegemite. Don't forget the Vegemite. Okay, now this is interesting. This is some recent news. Engineered stone will be banned in Australia in world first decision. Now, I know sometimes first of all, I'm not an expert on like house, construction and materials. So between that and also how sometimes things are called different things in different countries, I don't know what that means, engineered stone. Am I overthinking this? But it sounds like something that is banned now or will be banned soon. And it sounds like that's not quite normal, right? And world first decision tells me that this is the first, right? Like this is the first place that's going to ban that. Let's go to the comments. Just wondering, what does this mean for kitchens now? Back to wooden bench tops unless you're a baller and can afford a real stone or marble? What else could be used? Stainless steel? Okay, yeah, that's true. Stainless steel was more like kind of retro, yeah? That could make a comeback, I suppose. Such a shame it creates so much hazard when working with the material. I always thought it was a good material for benching once installed in place. What would be the replacement? Plastic is crap. Yes, it is. Laminates are the worst. Wood is not that great. You can still use natural stone, but that's going to cost a lot of money. I'm sure it will. I mean, yeah, granite is pricey, but it lasts a lifetime and it handles heat like the manufacturer's stone never could. I wish I knew, more about this, but this is news anyway. The countertops in my house are granite, so I'm going to assume they're natural granite, right? I know they're really heavy and tough as hell. And they were very pricey. But I wonder what the deal is. I don't know. It looks like maybe in the comments, like some sort of health risk based on the material or how it, ages or how it's made. I'm not really sure. But I thought it was kind of interesting and maybe interesting to point out if you guys would like to add to this further or if you maybe didn't know that. Seems like, interesting news that might be relatable because, a lot of people, are still trying to buy houses or find places or, of course, renovate their kitchen or whatever. Sounds pretty interesting that engineering stone will be banned. So interestingly, I decided to Google it after all. What is engineered stone? And it's a composite material made of crushed stone bound together by adhesive to create a solid surface. The adhesive is most commonly polymer resin, with some newer versions using cement mix. This category includes engineered quartz, polymer concrete, and engineered marble stone. Okay, so that makes sense. I understand how it's made now and essentially what it is. But I don't know, interestingly enough, when I see it on some sites, it shows up as, if I click here, it's AU. Like another one, how can you tell if it's engineered stone? Again, it's AU. So maybe that wording is only used in Australia and not here in the U.S., for example. I'm sure we might have something like this in the U.S., or maybe not. I'm really not sure, guys. And then all I could find here for the U.S. is I think we do offer that as an option for countertops, but it would usually be marketed as just quartz. So it may be engineered quartz, but they market it as quartz. And, of course, it would be, disclosed that it is bonded with, resin and stuff. But they don't call it engineered stone here. They just call it quartz. But that's all I can find. I'm not an expert on this kind of stuff. I just found this kind of interesting. Now, this one kind of sucks, but I figured I'd, spread the word in case you weren't aware. Price hike. Australian passports will cost more next year, almost $400 more. It's a hefty price increase. Someone in the comments actually said it's already the most expensive passport in the world. Let's make it cost more, right? So that's rough, but I thought I'd let you know. I do think the passport is slightly going up next year in the U.S. as well, but I guess it's not as much. Oh, and here we actually have footage. Is there sound? There is. Oh my God. Of Cyclone Jasper, which is touching in Queensland. That's crazy. You can see the waters are rough, coming way up already. Oh my God.
Look at this one.
Look at this. Look at this one.
Mikey, come back.
Jeez.
Mikey,
This one, whoa, that's a big one.
come back.
Damn, that is definitely happening. Definitely a cyclone, I think. This is kind of cool. This is a TAA bag. Is it collectible, they want to know. I've been using this for a few months and after finding it at an antique store, and a lady came up to me and told me they're very rare. And now I'm like, should I have been using this bag every day? I love it. It's great size, but I'm worried I'm overusing a collectible item. It's still an amazing nick, which is crazy. I mean, let's get a good look at it. Look at that, Trans-Australia Airlines. I have no idea how old it is, but I'm assuming it's pretty old if it's being told that it's collectible and rare. It does look like it's in pretty darn good shape. Let's see what they say. I'd say so. My grandparents had a white and blue one, been lost, thrown away decades ago, and this one looks in good condition. It's hard to find, I'd be thinking, though. Was that the bag that Wonder Woman was using when she lost her bosom flying TAA? What? If so, it'd be worth a fair bit. That must be from a reference that I am totally missing. And people were basically just saying Google it on eBay. See what, or search for it up on eBay. I don't know. What do you guys think? It looks pretty cool. I imagine it's, on some level collectible. I think it's worth, keeping nice, of course, right? I don't know if it's going to, be someone's retirement fund, but this might be worth a couple $100. You never know. Highly respect the tradie who took off his dirty boots before heading into Subway. Oh, Subway the restaurant. Okay. Look at it. Wow, he legit left them there. They are dirty. I mean, hey, good on him, right? And he didn't get the whole restaurant dirty and yucky for people coming in with an appetite. Oh, look at TJ Maxx down there. That's cool. Barbecue beef brisket sub, by the way. That looks kind of good. I don't know if we have that here at Subway. To be fair, though, I don't really go there much. I go to Jersey Mike's way more. I think it's much better. It's much fresher. It's all sliced and diced, right in front of you. Whereas Subway seems to be more prepackaged stuff that they lay out and then make, They don't slice the meat and cheese right in front of you. But to each their own. Yeah, I don't know if we have that here. I just don't go there. Saw someone show how big a large pizza is from Domino's. This is an extra large. What? They're holding their hand over basically the whole thing. Yo, what the hell? Now, this is confusing because I've seen other food from Australia, at other restaurants that was huge. Especially burgers and stuff. You guys have some crazy, McDonald's has bigger burgers in Australia than we do here in the U.S. So, as we're known for big portions, it's not always the case. And then in Australia, I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but I know there's been multiple occasions where I'm like, whoa, that is a big food portion, bigger than the equivalent here in the U.S. So that is super trippy that this is so small. I mean, this is ridiculously small. I'm sorry. That is insane. By the way, the poster says it will cost you close to $30. $30. Now, assuming that's $30 Australian, still, that's extremely expensive. Domino's, obviously very, famous world brand. I mean, they're in so many countries. Obviously, we have Domino's as well. I'm thinking a large or extra large is easily, I don't know what you would call it, more than double the size of this. I mean, it's huge. A large would be bigger than this by a long shot. Extra large would be way bigger. And even an extra large, I'm sure, is maybe $20 here. And then a, medium large, we're talking only $12 to $15, and that's US. Jeez, that is crazy. You can even get sheet pizzas or like party pizzas that are, like that feed a whole party of people. That's the name, right? Like they're just ridiculously big, like a beach towel or something, right? They're huge. That is absolutely hilarious. That is legit. This looks like a little frozen pizza, like the cheap brand frozen pizzas you can get at the supermarket, right? Like Totino's or Jack's Pizza or Tombstone Pizza, I think are the brands. And they're like this size, and they're only like $3 or something, 3 or 4, no, $2 or $3, something like that. That is absolutely crazy. People in the comments are saying that, yeah, the sizing was shocking, that the people had not gotten Domino's in a few years, and they ordered extra large before like a moving day, and it was ridiculous how small it was. People saying just don't go there anymore. Someone mentioning frozen pizza is a few bucks and the same size, and some brands may taste better. Yeah, I mean, that is just, that has got to be the worst deal ever. Is this not an Aussie picture or what? Of course it is. This is, someone posted this. This was outside of their friend's window. Again, right by a bed, waking up in Australia. If it's not the snake in the kitchen, it's the kangaroo outside the freaking window, just chilling. Like literally chilling like this with the claws out and just a face like just looking in, I'm watching you. Oh my God. Meanwhile, someone just moved into their house a couple weeks ago and were greeted by these guys in a tree near their house. Now, this is definitely the cutest scenario of the bunch that we've seen. But yeah, quintessentially Australian. I mean, look at that. I can't imagine that. Just a couple koalas chilling on the tree. It's so cute, right? Oh my God. Now, let me tell you, the headline for this was big truck equals zero. Okay. This is not just exclusive to this guy or exclusive to Australia. This is a big thing in America too. Trust me, I know the truck is big, but the truck isn't a problem. Look at how he's parked. Okay. That truck is a 3/4 ton Chevy, right? It's a big HD truck, and it's a full crew cab in the works. The thing barely fits in the spot, even in U.S. parking spots. It barely fits. Why on earth do they got to park like this, right? This doesn't go for all truck owners, but I tell you what, when you see a truck like this and it's an asshole like this, it does really piss you off. This guy's taking up 4 parking spots. I'm a truck guy, by the way. But I hate this. This is so ridiculous, man. Screw that guy. Now, this guy folds his Woolies bag pretty good. That's the claim here. Now, thankfully from you guys, we do have quite a few different shopping bags like this from Woolies and Kohl's and such, right? I gotta admit, guys, newsflash, I'm not able to, I'm not daily folding mine like this. Look at that. And then he's going to, boom, tie it over. Wow. That is, you know what? Bravo. That is the way to carry him, man. That is awesome. It's like literally like this. You just throw it in your pocket and whip it out when you got to put the groceries in. Damn. And look at this. They have a Reddit recap for Reddit/Australia. Let's check it out. These are usually kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know. 13 million people visited this year. 13 million people visited Reddit/Australia. Wow. 41 million votes were cast, like upvotes or downvotes. And posts like this went straight to the top. This is one of the top posts. My first encounter with a possum, I had to abandon my bag of grapes. We're going to click on that in a second. These were the top 3 posts. Housing crisis, 83 versus 2023. This one, I think I remember seeing this a few months ago. Bloody cockatoo stole my thong. Oh my God. These were the top 3 comments. Do we drink too much? Drinking, yes, you are basically functioning alcoholics. These were the most active countries that visited the subreddit. Of course, Australia being in the number 1 spot. But look at this. The U.S. being in the number 2 spot and the United Kingdom coming in at number 3. There were 1 million posts and comments and 12 mods. Okay, so that is it for the recap. Let's click on that one post, though. It showed up here. My first encounter with a possum. Oh, I don't remember if I saw this one or not. That is actually hilarious. Let me tell you, though, it's not as bad as, of course, the opossum here in the U.S. is just way different. They are ugly little things. And they're not even little, actually. They're pretty big. And I haven't had one ever where I've lived my whole life until this year. Sometimes when we come home at night, if we're out, we come home after dark, after sunset or whatever. I've seen one around, like kind of around the driveway and then scurry away. And they're just ugly things. Ugh, their claws and they got big teeth and like the weird, rodent-looking tail. Like they are just weird here in the U.S. And I've never, had to deal with one until this year. I've seen it a couple times, but it hasn't really, messed with anything by the house. It's just I've seen it and it scurries away. And then we'll end it with a couple memes. These are Oz memes. Let's see. Truly the devil's creation. This street sign, right turn from left only, some innocent tourist. That's what I'm saying. Driving in Australia the first time would be like so scary, dude. Just because everything's like on the other side and then the signs and my brain, like I'd have to unlearn everything, right? It's so weird. This one I can't relate to, but you guys all have to weigh in on the comments. It's kind of pretty funny. Woolies self-checkout cameras. There you go. Kohl's self-checkout cameras. You're looking good in the Kohl's camera, but the Woolies one, back up, man. Cover up, because it's not going to be pretty. Now, you might have heard of Doom in the video game space, but Aussies know a different title. Goon. Yeah. We don't have Goon here in the U.S. I'm assuming this must be on the Australia version of Steam only. Looks pretty fun. Australian consumer guarantees are pretty good. JB Hi-Fi selling extended warranties. Best I can do is the same rights you have for free. There it is. We're going to end it there. That was a fun one, as these are always. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to see you down in the comments. Please throw a like on there if you enjoyed it. And, of course, subscribe to be part of this amazing community we do have here. Also, click that join button if you want to become a member here. I would appreciate it. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. And until next time, y'all, I'll catch you later.